All right, my name is Larry Johnson, and today our lab is measurement and uncertainty. Now, first thing first, you need to make sure you have all of the materials that you need. So, right here we have a 50 milliliter graduated cylinder, a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder, a 25 milliliter a 25 milliliter Erlenmeyer flask, and a 250 milliliter beaker. And also you need a balance, a thermometer, 2 plastic cups, and this really comes in handy just for getting the water in the different graduated cylinders, and also a Sharpie. All right, so our first table it talks about the mass of the cups and the uncertainty in the lab. So the big thing with this one is, the first one is you have to label each cup, which I've already done. Cup 1 and cup 2. After that, you turn on your balance. You make sure your balance hits 0. If it doesn't have all zeros, then you press tare, which will make it all zeros, or zero it out. All right, so the main objective for this table is to put each cup on the balance, and then you take it off. You put each cup on, and you take it off. You do that 5 different times, and each time you're gonna put the mass that you saw on there on the mass category or column. And for me, I didn't get any deviations, so everything was 0, 0, 0, 0, because there was no 10.28 then 10.27. There was no deviation. All of them were the same number. And again, you have to do the same thing for cup number 2, which I did also, and I got the same thing. So then when you get down to the bottom, my mass was 10.28 plus 0 grams, because there was no deviation, 0. And then on the other side for cup 2 is the same thing, 10.14. All right, now for table number 2, this is where you actually start to use the graduated cylinders and the flask and the beaker, and the thermometer comes in on the last table. So table 2, you're gonna start off with the 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. What you're gonna do is make sure your balance is on, make sure it's on 0. Then you put your beaker on top. You wait until it stops. Now first, before you have the water in there, I have the water in there because this has already been done. But before you have the water in there, you wanna check your balance for the beaker, and then put it on there. So after you do that, then you add 7 milliliters of water, and you put it on there, and you put that to your volume. And after that, you have your high volume and your low volume. Your high volume is gonna always be what you had put in there. So it's just gonna be the same, 16.49. The low volume is the lowest that it could be without the water, which is 9.66. Now, after you do that, you go back through and do it with all the other containers as well, until you get until you fill up the whole table, and go down. Now for table 3, this one is just a good mixture of table 1 and table 2. You're basically just summing everything up. So you got your mass from table 2 of the 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. And in this one right here, this is where you actually use the thermometer. And what I did was, to get the best accurate reading, I put it in the 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. Let it sit for just a couple of seconds here. I'm gonna turn it so you can see it. And then after you pull it out and you read it, and mine was reading about 25, and that's what I put. And then for the density, how you calculate that is you add the mass and the volume of the water, and you divide, and that's how I got the number that I got, which was the density of water at room temperature. And that's it for the first one, measurement and uncertainty lab.